Hello everyone, it is Christine here and I'm happy to be back with you to do another bit of Christmas crafting. But first up, before I forget, because if I leave it to the end I tend to forget, I want to share the button from today's Advent calendar, my vintage button, Nana's Button Collection Advent calendar. So we're up to number 10, can you believe it? And there we go, that is our sweet little, almost looks like an opal. I don't know if you're getting that sort of opalescent gleam off it on camera, but it's got little inlaid bits in it, a really interesting button. So I'll put that to the side. And what we're going to be working on today is decorating these ceramic baubles. So I got these for a very good price from, I think, Kmart earlier in the year, well, a few months ago, I guess when they started stocking their Christmas stuff. And originally I was thinking I'd do some writing or some painting on them, but what I've decided to do, because I have a beautiful collection of napkins or serviettes, as we tend to call them in Australia, beautiful floral ones, ones with Swiss mountain scenes. I've also got some lovely ones that have Paris and also Rome on them. So I've had a lovely time creating some little baubles that can go on the Christmas table, suited to each person, and with a little beaded and using some more of the metallic wire that I picked up in my little sewing kit that I picked up from the Nature Strip from Hard Rubbish Collection, putting each person's name for who will be attending our Christmas celebration. So this one's for Betty, and it's got a beautiful Swiss mountain scene on it, as you can see. And then I'm just going to put a bit of hand cream on. I just saw how dry my hands look, so let me just quickly do that while I talk to you. And then we've got one for Eladay with beautiful flowers on it. Just, yeah, being the ceramic, they feel lovely. They don't feel like a sort of a lightweight plastic or anything. And the paper just, yeah, it just wraps them and hugs them beautifully. And just putting the beads on is an extra bonus. My mum's got some of the Swiss mountain. She loves the Swiss wildflowers. For Silvana, we've got Rome, and so I've put the Vatican right there. And lots of the sites around Rome, the Forum, the markets, the mountain, Trastevere. And then Dad's got a combination of garden and trees because he loves being out and about, walking around. Max, the winemaker, they're probably not really vine leaves, are they? But they're leaves. So. And Alex has got Paris, because we've both spent many happy times in Paris, and I've put my favourite little Musée Rodin, where there's beautiful, beautiful sculptures, so that's there, and also the area that we have always stayed, the Quartier Latin, with the Luxembourg Gardens and the Sorbonne. So I made sure that part of it got on, because that's a special place to us with our dear friends Sandy and Philippe, who we rent the apartment from. So I thought we could make some together. So I've got two to make, and I've got a little beaded section. Mine actually is probably the longest of all the ones that I've actually beaded. So we'll have to make sure that fits around. And I thought we could use some of for me, I think I'd like the Swiss. And then we might make another one using this one, which I haven't actually used this serviette yet, because I'll just keep that as an extra for the tree. So what you want to do when you start with your serviette is you'll find serviettes have at least probably 3 layers to them. So let me actually just show you with this one. You might look at it and go, oh no, it's just 1 layer, but if you peel away these ones, because they're sort of cheaper supermarket ones, might actually only be a 2 layer. Don't throw away this. You can either use it to wipe your hands on, but you can also do stamping and then sort of do your own decoupage as well. So it's always worth just checking that there's not another layer. With this one, I'm pretty sure it is just a 2-layer one. With these ones, they were actually 3 layers. So just make sure you get down. You should get down to the point where you can really see the design almost, yeah, coming through. So what I'm then going to want to do with this, because I don't want to have the border section, is I'm just going to tear. You could cut, but I kind of like the edges to be a bit more ragged. So I'm going to just tear along the top and tear, well, that was the bottom actually, tear along the top now. Still want to keep those little mountains in. And you won't need all of this probably, although it's good to have a bit extra just to fill in any little gaps. And so there's a few different ways you can do it. I generally like to just take little sections of it. So maybe say take a section like that, and then a section like that, and then another section, because I find it's easiest to kind of get it to shape. You can otherwise cut slits in it, but then it gets a bit unwieldy when you're trying to put quite a lot on. So I generally prefer to do it this way. So I pre-tear what I want to work with. And I can always get more if I need. And then I get my trusty glue stick. Let me just move these out of the way so we've got a bit more room as well. Get my trusty glue stick and I just apply the glue to the bauble. So this is just regular Yoo-hoo glue stick. Don't know if you all have Yoo-hoo where you are, but I'm sure you've got something that's sort of a stick like this. And so it's much easier doing it this way than actually trying to apply the glue to the serviette or napkin, because serviettes and napkins tend to get quite fragile when you're applying the glue. And so I don't worry if I get those little sort of creasy marks that you can see there. I think that kind of adds to the charm of this particular craft. And then if I've got a section where I don't have any glue, I just apply it as I go. Oops, try not to let the glue stick fall over onto your napkins. So you're just wanting to kind of get everything stuck down. So again on this side, oops, keep knocking my glue stick over. So I hope you're having a great day or a great evening. Having great fun with all these crafts. Really good fun. And it's good because it's making me actually get on and use my supplies, because I sometimes buy things and then you just get a bit wrapped up in the Christmas prep and you might forget to do the crafts that you'd thought, oh yeah, I'm going to do that one. So these have been sitting in my craft room and I hadn't got to them yet, and I thought, oh, now's the perfect time. So you can just sort of shape it a little bit, like as you can see that scrunched up a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about it because we can always put another little layer over the top. And I've even done a little bit of accidental scrunching there, but that's okay. We'll be able to cover that. So I might even just do that area next. What have I got in the way of sky scenes? So this one will probably be too big to do in one go without too big of wrinkles, so we'll just see how we go. Don't need to go down there, so you can just sort of tear off the excess bits when you don't need them, or if it's sort of getting too bendy for you and you want to start with a new piece. Yeah, it's pretty easy to tear it off and then apply another piece. I'll use another bit of my sky scene around the top. Although you can obviously go totally random and just decoupage the pieces wherever they kind of fall. I'll get this lovely little scene on. Just sort of stretching it as I pull down. Just like that bit. finish there, and then I'll just use this bit down the bottom here. And you can actually, run the glue over the top, and it seems to go pretty well. And yeah, if you do happen to pick up any little bits like with your, or which haven't actually been stuck down, you can just put the glue on them and then flick them back over and smooth them down. It is good. I like to use the lid to hold it, and then I've just got my little wet cloth to use as a hand cloth to get the little bits of glue off my fingers. And then dry my fingers before continuing along. So I think I'd like to put this little scene down here. I might do it in 2 bits. So put some glue over here. And the good thing is when you're running it over the other stuff, it sort of goes through it and sticks that down. So if you happen to have missed a spot, it will get adhered in the process. And so don't worry about even those straight edges. You might kind of look at them and think, oh, they're going to make it look a bit odd, but no, they just blend in. And if you don't like an edge, you just put something else over it. That's the great thing about this sort of decoupaging technique. But it's so nice to use some of these special serviettes in something that's going to be a bit more permanent than just using it with a meal. These were actually a gift. These Swiss ones were a gift from Alex's mum. So it's funny to be giving her back her decoration with her. I'll see if she recognises the serviettes because they love Switzerland. So I've still got some other nice little flowers. I'm just going to have a look around if I want to add the red anywhere else. I might add a little bit down there. So you can do it this way. If it is just a small piece, you can just sort of lay it down onto the glue stick and do it like that. There we go. So that's that bit done. And then, now I need to find where I put my, there we are. So I need to sort of shape this so that it will sit at the front, and then wrap it around and make a nice little ring like this. Okay. So yeah, this wire that I was lucky enough to pick up is just, yeah, it's really fine, really easy to just bend with the fingers, and it's been perfect for the last 2 little crafts I've done there. It's been very handy. So probably don't need that much length, so I'm just going to bend it over itself, because we're going to be actually putting this endy bit underneath some paper, well, some of the serviette, to just get rid of if there is any sharpie endy bit in the process. So I'm just going to do one more little bend because it's still a smidge too long. So I'm just pressing it sort of together with my fingers. And then if we just sort of pull it down like that, and I want it to sit sort of like that, I think will be pretty good. So leave it positioned like that. I'll have to reposition it in a moment. Then I'm going to get a bit more of my paper, and I'm going to do my laying down technique for small bits. As you can see, it will sometimes tear, but that's okay for this purpose. I'll get this positioned where I want it, and then I'm just going to use my little bits of gluey serviette and napkin just to put over the surface of the wire, where that sort of little join in the wire is. Sorry, the car's going by the open window very fast actually down a residential street. Or maybe it was just a noisy car. There we are, like that. And I'll probably put just another layer just to be sure. So this just sort of holds the wire secure, so it's not going to fall off when people are taking their decorations up and down, and just yeah, avoids any little sharp bits pricking anyone's finger. And then you can just sort of position your little beady thing where you want it to at that point. You can pull down on it if you want it to sit down a bit more, or just sort of push it into the shape like that. And I'll just give it a little push up on itself, which will just get it to sit a bit more flush against the, so that like that. And then I can put the lid on my glue before it falls over. And then I'm just using some IKEA, I think it's like a cardboard based rope, but it's actually very sturdy. But you want something nice and sturdy if you're using ceramic baubles. And then I just take two ends through like that, and then take them back up through a loop like this. Because it's the ceramic, it might, and this is quite thick, it takes a moment just to pull it through, and then I can tie that into a little, probably with a decent amount, so that I can easily fit it over sturdily over a branch of our Christmas tree. Although it will be going on the table first on Christmas Day along with everyone else's, so everyone knows where to sit. I think I'll know where to sit though, because I'll be laying the table. Now I notice there's a tiny gap down the bottom, so despite having put my glue away, I'll just give that a final little covering with this, like this. Beautiful. So yeah, that's how easy it is. If you see something or you want to alter it, or down the track if you wanted to put a different decoupage on, you could very, very easily do that. So I'll just, oops, probably put that too tight, but that's okay. Just want to make sure it's going to stay nice and secure. I'll probably do another knot just to be sure. Cut that off. And there we go. That is my little personalised bauble to join the stocks. And then I guess I'll save these pieces for another day, another time, another project. And I was thinking it'd be nice to try this one. So let's start out by getting a section of it. Nice to try and lay down this bauble. Just checking there definitely isn't another layer there, so I think that will be fine. But I like these little birds in the middle, but that's probably still too big to try and do in one go. So I might just take that top section first. That off, and then we'll do the same technique of just getting some glue onto the surface. And then just stretching it down as we lay it down, smoothing it down, not worrying if there's some creases that get built into it. And adding some more glue where we need it as we go. That's very sweet. I like those little birds down there. And then continue our way round. I can put this bit down. Put this there. Probably go around the top and use this bit here. Let's take that bit off there. Use my little wipey handy thing. So I managed to get a bit of glue on. I can probably take some of that white off or just stick it down with the next layer. I'll just sit this down for a moment, give my hands both a little wipe. And then I'll get a bit more of this torn off. Or maybe I'll actually, seeing I've got the rest of the serviette, I'll just get a bit more of the nice gold, larger shape, I think. Like that. Take that little bit of white off, I don't need that. And then smooth it down again. And I'll grab my next bit of the gold. There for a moment. Just take those little bits off. Oops. See, the problem when you get the glue on your thumb is it does tend to stick to it a little bit. And let's just put this about here. I think that was the bus going by that time. Okay, and again, let's just give our hands a little wipe-ski wipe. Get a bit more torn off. And I'll be able to put something over here. There we go. Can use one of my little baubles here. Smaller bits, I can maybe just lay it down on the glue stick. Put it over this little area down here. And I've still got a little area down here that needs something. And it could be nice to add one of the season's greetings perhaps. I'll keep that one out and we'll have a look. Just tearing another little bit of the paper. Oops, it's torn itself, but that's okay. We can still use it in its torn form. self-decoupaging. Hopefully I'm staying mostly on camera. And we'll put this one down the bottom down here, like that. So I'll just decorate that like that, push that down there, and then it's whether we want to put the season's greetings on or not. No, I don't think I need to. I think I quite like it just with this little design. I think I've got a gap there, so I'm going to get another bit torn off. Torn off here like this. And again, I'll just lay it down. And I'll just give it a little roll around just to make sure it's all nicely adhered on, which I think it is. And there we go, a beautiful, beautiful bauble. So I'll just need to put the top through that, but I can do that off camera, seeing you've seen that once. And there you go. That is some lovely, lovely decorations to share with others as part of the Christmas table, and also some extra decorations to hang on the Christmas tree this year. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. Bye.